Welcome to Property Law 101. I'm Sara Bronin, and I created this course to help you understand the basics of property and property law. Today, we are talking about the third of 4 questions in the series, which is using property. In another video in the series, we discussed how one of the traditional ways of viewing property is as a bundle of sticks. This bundle includes the power to transfer, the right to use, and importantly for the discussion today, the right to exclude. For many scholars, the right to exclude is an important area of focus and perhaps the most important stick in the Blackstonian bundle. To what extent do property owners actually have the right to exclude, they ask. One way that property owners exercise their right to exclude is through the doctrine of trespass, and surely you've heard of this term. But in the law, there is a very specific definition, and I'll use this definition: an unprivileged, intentional intrusion of property possessed by another. So let's unpack this definition. So first, the term unprivileged. What is a privilege? In this case, it can mean one of several things. One potential privilege, for example, could be that the alleged trespasser has the consent of the owner. If there is consent, there is no trespass. Another potential privilege is that you entered onto the property to avoid a bigger harm. So, for example, being chased by a bear and trying to save yourself. You're probably not committing trespass in that scenario under the privilege. Another potential privilege is an entry encouraged by public policy. All right, so that's privilege. Now to the term intentional. To be liable for trespass, there has to be some intent to enter a property. That does not mean that somebody has to have the intent to trespass. It just means that you have to have the intent to be in the place that is someone else's property. What about intrusion? So we have unprivileged, intentional intrusion. So for intrusion, it really has to be a physical intrusion. It does not have to be the physical intrusion of a person. Causing an object or even a pet to intrude on someone else's property will be considered a trespass. So let's keep going. So we have an unprivileged, intentional intrusion on property. So what kind of property and what kind of possession? Here we bring into the conversation the concept of ad caelum. Blackstone says that we own up to the heavens and down to the earth, but we know from other videos that this isn't true. Airplane overflights, eminent domain, and adverse possession, even the rule of capture, suggest there are limitations on your expectations with regard to property. There is no trespass when you don't have right to exclusive possession. So defining property is important for trespass. What is not in this definition? Damages. This is the big concept that is not an important element of trespass. You'll see the importance of actual damages, psychological damages, in another video on Jacques versus Steenberg homes. So I'm going to leave it there with that definition of trespass. I hope to connect with you on Twitter or other social media or through my website, and I will see you next time.